Hi guys, Steve here in Palm Springs. This morning I'm here at the very top of Racket Club Road. There's a gated community of luxury homes called Desert Palisades. They started developing this about, I think it was around 10 years ago. It's a pretty new community of lots. It's just land that you buy, that you purchase. I just looked on their website before driving up here, and the lots sell from between 800,000 and 1.7 million. So it depends on the location. You buy the lot and then you build your own home. The homes here, they say, sell for, was it $5 to $7 million? Beautiful mountain views, beautiful city views, just a few streets up from where my grandparents lived. I know I've mentioned them many times on this channel. This neighborhood is called Little Tuscany. This is where my grandparents lived until they died in the 1970s. And I just recently read that the developer had to agree to include a pedestrian path for non-residents, because at the end of the street, the gated community completely blocks the hiking trails up to the tramway. So I guess in order to be approved for the land to be able to develop there, they had to agree with the city that they would allow pedestrians, non-residents, to be able to access the land and to be able to get through to continue hiking up through the hills. So I had never heard of that before, and I've never seen anything. I looked at a satellite view. I don't see any trails going through the community, so I'm going to walk up here and see if I can find the trail, if there is a trail. Maybe a very short video. I may not be able to even get in through the gates, so I'm going to go see if I can go walk around the community and show you what it looks like. I'm really curious to know if I can get behind the gates or not. I just asked the guard at the guard gate there. He was really nice and very helpful, and he said that yes, there is an access road that goes, he says, mostly around the community. You kind of go a little bit through the community, but it mostly goes around, and then you kind of go out, and then you can kind of come back in. I think he was saying sort of behind over there, he said, which is really nice trail. So there's even a sign here he pointed me to. He said it's Desert Palisades Trail Access Rules. Private property permission for access may be revoked at any time. So let's go see. I see another sign up here. Okay, so there's even a little map here, so that's nice. All right, so exit only. Let's see, where are we? I think, is this Racket Club here? All right, so trail access, stay on designated path. All right, so as long as they've got these signs and I know where to go, I can stay on the designated path here. This street is within the community. I guess this is one of the shorter areas where you can walk within the community just to get to the access trail. This for me is very exciting. I've been wanting to come up here for a long time, but I knew it was private property in a gated community. And I like to share things on this channel with all of you so you know where you can go as well. And I don't share gated communities usually because you can't get into a gated community. I wonder if this is like the security guy. Hello. I forget what I was saying, but the security guy just came by, which was great. He gave me this map of the community so I can just keep it in my pocket. Probably easier than looking on my phone while I'm actually filming. And he said as long as you stay on the trail, you're fine. So I guess I was saying that I usually try to only visit areas that are open to the public because I'm sharing these videos with you. A lot of them are walking tours, and if it's somewhere you can't go, it's kind of a waste. But if they do allow public access here, this is great. Look at this beautiful home. So these are, I think, pretty much all modern homes, very beautiful modern homes. These streets here, this was just all boulders. My grandfather and me and my brothers, we used to hike up here when we were kids all the way to the base of the tramway, which is up there. Usually it's green. Right now it's most everything's dead for winter, but this is all boulders. So it took them years to move all these boulders away to put in the streets, and also to have these flat lots where people could build their homes. Okay, so I guess this is a driveway. Wow, what a beautiful driveway. Wow, that is a gorgeous home. Huge. Like I was saying earlier, these, according to the online website, these sell for around 5 to 7 million. Currently, this is January 1st, 2025. Wow, it's a beautiful pool. All right, so they chose, instead of having the mountain view, at least from the pool, they have the city view. At night, this was the city view my grandparents had. You can watch the planes taking off from the airport over there, just behind that house there. Straight ahead, that's the airport. You can, I don't know if you can see the tower, but my grandfather used to sit on the patio up here and just watch with his binoculars, watch the planes taking off and landing, and that was one of our favorite pastimes as kids here with my grandfather. He used to love watching the planes take off and land. This is a beautiful home. Look at that cool Christmas tree. They haven't taken down their tree yet. Very modern. And I think the website said there were only a few lots available still. I think most of them have been purchased, I think. Don't quote me on it. Check out their website, just desertpalisades.com, or just Google Desert Palisades in Palm Springs and it'll pop up. The website will pop up. This is an enormous house. Wow, this is huge. All right, so see, they're still grading here for a driveway. Look at that. Now, is that like a spaceman with a balloon? Wait, where am I? It looks like a spaceman holding a balloon, a heart balloon. Isn't that cute? This is beautiful. Yeah, if we won the lotto, I would definitely want to buy up here. Have to build very fast since I'm so old. I'd only have a short time to live here, but I would still want to do it. At my age, you never know how much time you have left. Isn't that neat how they've got, that's the kitchen, I can see. They got glass on that side, glass on this side. That is just gorgeous. And as huge as this home is, it doesn't really look like living room, kitchen, and maybe a bedroom there. Maybe there's a downstairs there. Okay, just like walking with my grandfather, except much easier on the paved street here instead of over the boulders. Not as much fun though. Over the boulders was a lot of fun. We felt like mountain goats as kids, just jumping and hopping from one boulder to another. Okay, this probably is the exit that she was talking about. All right, so a couple more homes up here. One is just under construction. The other one looks like it's completed. Okay, so the sign is here. Hopefully I can get back in once I go out. No public access. Past this point, pedestrians must stay on one of two designated trails. Okay. I am so glad I just accidentally found that website where they were talking about this trail. I had no idea. 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. no exit to Palm Canyon. Okay. Use guardhouse exit entrance during hours. Alright, so it should be open now. You could come in this way as well if you just wanted to go from here down to the entrance. And you could make a loop. Just this here would be a nice walk. To walk up from the visitor center, from the tramway. At the bottom, the tramway visitor center, at the very bottom of the hill. You could walk up here. And then from here, you can just take the trail I just walked on down to Racket Club. Walk all the way down to the bottom of Racket Club. And then make a left on Palm Canyon, walk down to the visitor center. So actually this would be a nice walk. I think I may at some point just do that as a walk and show you. It's not too bad to walk from the tramway just to this gate here. I've walked many times from the tramway all the way to the base of the tram, which I think is 4 miles. Yeah, so they do have good signs here, so that's good. Now I'm pretty sure he was saying, well, yeah, I would have to go to the left because there is nothing to the right. So yeah, how many of you already knew about this? Maybe I'm the last one to know. So Desert Palisades is private property. Access to trail may be entered from Chino Canyon and Racket Club only. Okay, so those are the 2 places. So I guess the other one that he was talking about, the trail that goes around, is up this way. So this is the road that goes up to the base of the tram, where you take the tram to the top. And there at the bottom, you can see the visitor center, I think. This is probably going to be a pretty busy day here. People coming up to the tram on New Year's Day. I assume they're open on New Year's Day. Now, I've never seen a deer cross here. But I have seen a bighorn sheep, a giant bighorn sheep, cross right in front of me. It scared the heck out of me when I was walking down from the top one day. So this is very, very steep. It may not look steep, but it's very, very steep. So I'm not sure how much further I'm going to go. I've done a lot of walking since getting out of the hospital, but I haven't gone up hills like this. And I know from experience going up here, it could be very, very strenuous. I don't really remember in the past seeing this bighorn sheep crossing sign, but maybe they've started crossing a lot, and maybe they wanted to give people warning like me. I mean, I had no idea they'd be giant. I mean, these are giants. I mean, they're huge, and I don't know how friendly they are. The one that crossed in front of me didn't seem to be all that interested in me, which was good. All right, so elevation 1,000 feet. Now it does level off here a little bit before you make the curve to go around to the right, and the community comes to an end here where you make that curve to go to the right, so it shouldn't be much further before I can go left onto the trail. And there's usually lots and lots of people walking up and down this trail. Here's a couple now. So I would think the trail is going to be somewhere around here to the left, because you see one of the houses poking its head over the boulders there, and these boulders kind of surround this community. So Happy New Year! Yeah, so probably up here there'll be a trail going to the left. Again, it's not something I've seen in the past, but I haven't been up here in a while. I used to do the tramway challenge every year for, gosh, about a decade. But then it just got a little bit too difficult. Might have been because of my heart clogged arteries that I didn't even know. Maybe it was like an early warning sign. Okay, which is good. So I stopped doing this walk, which is very, very strenuous. All right, so there's a home back there. All right, so I guess it does. Okay, now I see a guy up here. I don't know if you can see him. He's got a red shirt on. He's running, so that must be the trail. Oops. So that must be where the trail goes to the left there. When I was younger, I never thought twice about walking on trails and hiking on trails like this out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, there's the the thing that he was talking about. What did he call that? I don't even know what that is. Cement. Look, these bicyclers always amaze me. Can you imagine going that fast down that hill? Alright, so whatever he called this, a barricade, I guess, a cement barricade. But there's no sign here, which is interesting, because this is supposed to be a designated trail. Anyway, I was saying that in the past, when I was younger, never would have thought twice about coming back and walking on trails like this. Oh yeah, I do remember him saying this was gravel and not paved. But now that I'm older, and hopefully a little wiser, I try not to walk in remote areas like this. I mean, we're still pretty close to the street and the homes, so this is maybe it's not like walking completely on the middle of nowhere. It is a trail with a lot of people who walk and run by. But, with wild animals, or just if you happen to fall or something and you're laying out here in the middle of nowhere and no one knows where you are, it doesn't seem very smart. So if I walk places like this, it's always or almost always with other people, just in case. And with my recent heart issues, if I had some kind of a heart attack or heart problems up here, this would not be a great place to be stuck all alone. It'd be much better to have someone with you. But I'm just going to go this short distance and then I'll come back. I'm not going to go the entire trail. Yeah, it's pretty rugged back here. I was not expecting this. Have any of you taken this trail? Maybe did I already ask that a minute ago? Okay, I do see a sign up here. And we're back into the community. So if something happened right here, I could walk back into the community and the security guard eventually would pick me up. Boy, sure brings back memories, and that's why I make this walk every year, usually multiple times, but definitely at the beginning of every year, just for nostalgia, for old time's sake, just for memories of climbing up here on these rocks with my grandfather and my brothers back in the 1960s. It was a really fun time. And thinking about it now, it would have been even more dangerous back then, because nobody had cell phones. We didn't have cell phones when we took this walk, and nobody went out and walked and hiked and ran like they do today. So we were out there all by ourselves. We never saw anybody. I don't remember ever seeing a single person on any of our walks. They didn't have the tramway road. Well, the road was there, but the pedestrian road, I don't remember that being there, because people didn't walk or hike or run like they do today. So it was a lot more, I don't want to say dangerous, but it could have been dangerous. If something happened, it would have been much more difficult to get back to civilization. This was not here. This was just all boulders. There was no community here. So it was a much longer walk back to my grandparents. Alright, so what does it say? The Desert Tortoise. Alright, if you are interested in reading this, just pause. I'll get as close as I can. Just pause the video and you can read this. I've never seen any desert tortoises. I didn't know we had desert tortoises here. Alluvial fan around the globe. That's interesting. I remember this area here, this Chino Canyon area, being called an alluvial fan. It's sort of like a triangle that goes from small at the top to large at the bottom. I didn't know they had these in other places. I guess Death Valley, southern Iran, and in the French Pyrenees Mountains. And also Taklamakan Desert in China. I didn't know China has any deserts. I guess that's the largest one in the world. Interesting. Well, this probably explains why I haven't seen the tortoise before. It says that they spend up to 95% of their time underground. They come out, I guess, from mid-March or April to November. No public access past this point. Okay. Was that the house we walked by? No. I think, though, we were way down there. So this is another one up here. That's nice. Wow. These are huge homes, and as you can see, they have huge views of the mountains and the desert down below. Now, what does it say here? Okay, stay on path, exit on tram road. Okay, so this is a lot here. Look at this lot. Wow, these giant boulders. So cool. There's another one. I think this was maybe one of the very first ones built. I could see it as I was walking by up on Tram Road in the past. Yeah, really nice. Let me just go across here. I don't think they'll mind if I just walk across the street before I head back on the trail. Yeah, see, all of these are lots here. I could have sworn when I was here before the lots were graded. Maybe when I walked through, just the ones where the homes were going to be built were graded. And let's see, this here is the hospital, Desert Regional Medical Center. And behind it, all that asphalt you see behind, that's the airport. In fact, that's interesting. I didn't realize right behind the hospital, straight behind it, you can see the tower, the airport tower. All right, so let's head back. I'm just going to go back the exact same way I came. So I may not film much of it since I've already shown you, unless I see anything new or different. I see a lot of palm trees back there. Look at that. Where is that? I don't know if there's a home back there, or if maybe that's just part of the water tower maintenance area or something. Probably. I doubt if a home would be that close to the bottom of the hill and right by that water tower. Okay, so heading back. If I think of anything else, I'll come back. I missed this on the way down, I think. So, the legacy of Chino Cone for future generations. If you want to read this, just pause it, and you can read this. I'll get as close as I can. And conservation and development in CVM SHCP. That's a mouthful. So feel free to pause the video if you want to read this, if you're interested. It's all about this area here that I'm walking in and where these new homes are located. You really get a beautiful view up here of the windmills, if you like windmills, which I do. I think they're great. I remember when they first started popping up back in the 1980s, I hated them. I thought they were just an eyesore. I thought they were horrible. Now I think they're beautiful. I love them. And so I'm here at the back gate once again, and now I was talking about the planes taking off. One just took off. I don't know if I can zoom in and capture it. It's hard to see on my screen here. Can you see it there? Yeah, I think so. So you can see it's quite a ways off in the distance, but I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but you could hear the planes. We could hear them as they were taking off and flying over, but it was off in the distance, nothing too irritating. If you enjoy watching planes go by, I mean, this is definitely a nice spot for it. Here's this home again, going down the hill. Kind of looks the same. Look at all these potential lots here. Would any of you live here? Do any of you live here? If you happen to be watching this video and you live here and you want to give me a tour of your house, please let me know. I'll definitely come up and take a tour of your home for this YouTube channel. I'm sure viewers would be very happy to see. Can't imagine that anybody living here would want to share the inside of their home on YouTube on this channel, but you never know. Always put it out there just in case. Definitely referencing mid-century modern homes that were built here in Palm Springs back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Such an awesome time for homes to be built here in Palm Springs. I guess I've come to the end of the road here, the end of the trail. That was a fun walk. Let me know if you've done this walk before, or if you do it after seeing this video. Share with me in the comments, share with all of us in the comments what you think of the walk, and if you went the entire walk. I mean, you can walk for miles and miles here. I only really walked, actually let me look and see how far I walked. So I just checked, and I didn't even walk a mile and a half, just almost a mile and a half. It was a little steeper, but really not that far. Now I'm not back to my car, but I'm only parked a couple of blocks from here, so it's about a mile and a half walk that I just took. Very beautiful, but a short walk, and I will definitely come back now that I know this is here. So as always, thanks for joining me today on another walking tour of Palm Springs, and thanks for sharing the memories, old and new, and I hope to see you all next time.